Here's something that will mess with your head. In America, 90 million dogs. In Germany, more cats than people in some cities. In Russia, cats are literally considered sacred. Same animal, same planet, completely different relationships, and it has nothing to do with preference. It has everything to do with psychology, history, and one weird evolutionary accident that happened 15,000 years ago. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your pet the same way again. Okay, so first, let's look at the actual numbers because they are wild. In the United States right now, 45 million households own a dog. That's more than 1 in 3 American homes. Dogs absolutely dominate. But across the Atlantic, in France, there are more pet cats than dogs. In Germany, same thing. Russia, cats outnumber dogs almost 2 to 1. So what's going on here? Is it just random? Is it culture? Is it the weather? No. And kind of yes, actually. The real answer goes back way further than you think. Here's the thing about dogs and cats. They didn't become our pets at the same time. Dogs? That relationship started roughly 15,000 years ago. Wolves started hanging around human campsites. The ones that were less afraid of people got more food scraps. Over generations, they got closer, friendlier, more dependent on us, and in return, they became something extraordinary. A species that literally evolved to read human emotions, to bond with us, to need us. Dogs are the only non-human animal that seeks eye contact with humans the same way a baby does. Think about that. Cats, though, totally different story. Cats joined the human world about 10,000 years ago, not because we invited them, because we started farming. Grain stores attracted mice. Mice attracted cats. Cats tolerated humans just enough to stay near the food. We tolerated cats because they kept the vermin away. It was a business arrangement, not a love story. And here's where it gets interesting. That business arrangement, it was huge in Europe because Europe was agricultural for thousands of years. Cats were embedded into European society. They were valued, protected, even worshipped in some cultures. In medieval Russia, there were actual laws setting the official monetary value of a cat. That's how important they were. So Europe didn't just end up with cats. Europe built its civilization alongside them. But history only explains so much, because here's the question that really matters. Why do Americans today still overwhelmingly choose dogs, even when they live in cities, even when they work long hours, even when a dog is way more work than a cat? 3 words: loneliness, space, and identity. Reason 1. America is lonely. Right now, nearly 30% of American households are single-person households. That's more than ever before in history. And when you're lonely, truly lonely, a cat isn't going to cut it. Studies show that dogs reduce feelings of loneliness significantly more than any other pet. Because dogs don't just tolerate you, they need you, they celebrate you. Every single time you walk through that door, pure joy. For a lot of Americans, that dog is the relationship that never disappoints them. Reason 2, America has space. Think about the average American suburb. Big yard, long driveways, space to run. It's basically a dog's paradise. Now think about a Parisian apartment, or a flat in Berlin, or a shared house in Tokyo. You can barely swing a cat, no pun intended. Urban density in Europe is enormous compared to most of America, and cats just work better in small spaces. They don't need walks. They entertain themselves. They respect your boundaries. It's not that Europeans love cats more emotionally. It's that cats fit the European lifestyle like they were designed for it, because, plot twist, they kind of were. Reason 3, identity. Here's something nobody talks about. In America, a dog isn't just a pet, it's a statement. You're a dog person, you're active, friendly, outgoing. A golden retriever guy or a rescue pit bull girl, these are whole personalities. A 2023 Pew Research survey found that 51% of American pet owners say their pet is as much a part of the family as a human member. 51%. Americans don't just own dogs, they build their identity around them. And in Europe, pets are loved deeply, but they tend to stay in the category of companion, not child substitute. The cultural relationship is just different. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. A 2023 European study looked at pet owners in Denmark, Austria, and the UK, and they found something nobody expected. Even in Europe, dog owners were willing to spend nearly twice as much on veterinary care for their pets as cat owners. Twice as much. That's not a lifestyle preference, that's an emotional bond, and it suggests that deep down, neurologically, psychologically, humans everywhere are more attached to dogs. Europeans didn't choose cats because they loved them more. They chose cats because their lives made dogs impractical. Which means, think about this, the dog isn't just the popular pet. The dog might be the default human companion, the one we evolved to need. And that is honestly one of the most fascinating things about animal psychology. Our choices aren't really our choices. They're shaped by the cities we live in, food we grew, wars we fought, and a wolf that decided 15,000 years ago that the safest place on Earth was next to a human campfire. So next time someone asks you, are you a dog person or a cat person, you can tell them the real answer. It depends on where you grew up, how big your apartment is, how lonely you are, and what a bunch of ancient farmers in the Middle East decided to do with their grain. That's dog psychology, and we're just getting started. Drop a comment below, dog or cat, and tell me which country you're from. I want to see if the stats hold up in real life. If you found this interesting, subscribe, because next week we're going into something even more mind-bending. Why does your dog stare at you, and why does it feel like they actually understand you? Because they might.